How's it going, Bucties? Welcome back to HLR number 8. Today, we are with our co-host, Graham Elliott looking ass, Christopher Dazinski.
Shut up.
Chris, how you doing today?
Chris is doing good. I can't complain with that. The World is Yours 2 drop song, Rockets. Very good song.
You like that intro song, Rockets?
Yes, good call.
Mama, cookie flavors. The only word I heard in that whole sentence was flavors, so I was like, take off.
Bro, I love how we both said the exact same ad lib at the exact same time, and we didn't even plan that.
That was pretty funny. That was pretty funny.
That was jokes.
It's just kind of Takeoff's thing, though.
Cookie,
mama. Hey, Takeoff, Migos poster right there. I love those guys. Seen them in a couple of weeks, baby. Rolling Loud. You already know. You already know.
Bro.
You know what? You already know. You know what? Probably everybody already knows too. The retirement.
Oh.
Of someone special to none of us because we don't like the Patriots, but he actually is an insane player. Rob Gronkowski officially retired on Sunday. He posted on Instagram.
Beast.
The Polish Beast, we can say exactly. He was a freaking party animal. Rob Gronkowski was drafted at the age of 20. Played 9 seasons with the Patriots, and he's turning 30 in a couple of months. And that was his reason. He's like, hey, I've done what I have to do.
30
people know
seems
who
like
I am.
an early retirement for football. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not as.
No, it still is, but this guy's gotten fucking destroyed with injuries, man.
Yeah, I think that's also a big thing that shortened his career.
Well, yeah, it seemed like
only 2 seasons where he played the full 16 games.
Yeah, it honestly seemed like this guy could have had much more of a Hall of Fame career, even though he already does have Hall of Fame stats and a Hall of Fame career. Imagine if the time he missed, he actually did play. The stats he would have put up, the numbers.
The stats.
He could have helped the Patriots also gone further in other years. Like, their dynasty could have changed dramatically. Like, it could have been a fucking animal of a dynasty.
Yeah, Gronk he got 3 Super Bowls with the.
Yeah, he got
Pats,
3. He got 3 with the Pats. Lost to the Giants, unfortunately, because he's fucking garbage. But I actually have a list of his injuries right here. It's a pretty long list. So I'll give credit to this Ole Connolly guy. He posted it on Twitter. Here's the list of it. If I can pull it up properly. Oh shit. Oh, big play!
Yeah,
I came back. Holy crap, I'm trying to find it. It's not working. In 2013, he had an arm fracture. Also a back fracture. He had a concussion. Towards MCL and ACL.
Is this all in 1 year or different years?
That was all in 2013.
Oh my god.
2013 alone. In 2015, he had a knee strain. In 2016, he pulled his hamstring. He had a lung bruise. What else did he have? He had a back vertebral disc hernia. This guy's just been bombarded with injuries. He's actually been one of the most unlucky players, I think.
Yeah, hearing that list, it kind of makes sense for the early retirement of him. Gronk was through a lot. But I mean, the fact that
the stats he put up, but the fact that he's still able to play the same level as he did every other year with all those injuries, that's impressive itself. A lot of players would have called quits after like 3 or 4 of those, and he's just boom, 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 boom. I'm good. Still chugging beers and everything.
Imagine the name on his like stock or like reputation going to the Hall of Fame for tight ends, because like he was debatably like I don't know.
He's debatably one of the greatest tight ends, but his career was cut short because we don't know what. But hey, his career may not be cut short after all. His agent did state earlier today that he wouldn't be surprised if Gronk comes back in 2019.
Really?
He said, I wouldn't be surprised if the Patriots start doing bad or something because hey, they have no offensive support for Brady. Because Gronk's gone. What if Edelman's not putting up the numbers he usually does? Like, whatever.
So maybe this could be like a retirement, like obviously what came out, but maybe it could be more of a rest thing too.
It could be.
Like
you never know. Just to like make sure he gets rest.
29 is early. 29 is early.
It's early, but here's the thing, Chris. This guy's, because he did a lot of. If you follow him on Instagram, he does a lot of ads. Like he just posts ads, so he makes a lot of endorsement money. Speaking
of that, yeah, actually, did you know?
He hasn't spent a single.
54 million. Yeah, I think it was 54. Yeah, 54 million.
He hasn't spent $1.
He hasn't spent $1. He only spends endorsements.
Yeah, his NFL salary has never been touched. Has never been touched. So all the money he's made from football is just being saved for the future.
Saved for the future Gronkowski beasts.
The future Gronkowski animals.
But yeah, in his time, I guess I thought I'd just state a few facts as we're just talking about achievements or whatever.
Yeah, go for it.
He got named to 5 Pro Bowl teams, 4 All-Pro teams, and then I mean he had his 3 Super Bowls, right? But that's for a tight end, that's really good.
You know he still holds the record for the most like yards and touchdowns in playoffs as a tight end, and he only played 9 seasons. Yeah. He already has the record. He has 60. He has like over not 1,600 yards, over 1,160 yards, 12 touchdowns in only 16 playoff games. And and we were talking about his injuries, and with everything that he's happened with his back, his hip, his ankles, his knees, his forearms, his concussions,
has he missed
everything.
Playoff games from injuries? Do you know?
Yeah. Well, he missed one of his Super Bowl games because he was injured. But also, he missed out of 144 games he played in his career. He missed 29 of those due to injury.
That's considering 16 games a season. That's a lot of games missed.
Yeah, it is.
I think the deeper years he missed were what years? I think
it was 2013. 2013, 2015 were big years.
Okay, that he missed. Yeah, because I know there were a couple where he missed like more than half or close to.
Yeah, some years it was brutal. I felt so bad for him, but the Patriots can still fucking play insane without him. They have the greatest QB. They have the greatest QB of all time. They'll be perfectly fine. And Belichick.
But see, speaking of Patriots and just like I guess the surroundings, future and stuff, I want to throw out a conspiracy theory.
Okay.
I believe Robert Kraft was the cause of all this Gronkowski retirement.
You think Gronk retired due to Robert Kraft?
Yeah.
Your reasoning behind this, please?
Man, I think it all starts back to that prostitution ring.
It's always a full circle. It always comes back to that, doesn't it?
Bro,
Robert Kraft is always behind everything. No, but
Kraft.
You're not wrong though. He's always involved. He's involved with everything now.
Like
he was caught with this.
Somehow gets brought up. Yeah.
But there's always valid reasonings for why he would be behind this. The fact that he got a nice little rub and tug could be the reason why Gronkowski is retiring.
I think
Gronkowski was jealous.
Gronkowski, no, you know what I think? I think Kraft told him, come 30 years old, he's got Gronkowski a nice birthday present. I think
and that rub and tug, but Gronk didn't like it, or maybe he did. But have you seen his girlfriend on Instagram?
You never know. I have not.
Ooh, mamma mia! She is a smoke show.
A blonde?
Yeah, she is blonde. She's. Last time I checked, she had like high followers. Let me just get a Well, here's the thing, cause she's also like a smoke show, bro. Her name is Camille. That's all I got. She's a Sports Illustrated swimsuit model.
Hey, I mean, that's Camille.
She's got 500,000 followers on Instagram.
For dating that Polish monster.
You know what? She's not that bad of a looking lady.
But yeah, also, I think 2018 also. Sorry for my thought process.
You just sounded like you're having a stroke.
Maybe I am. I don't know what that
stroke.
I don't know what that sound was. But,
you're just embarrassing yourself now. I just set you up there.
Gronk's 2018 season, man, was the worst of his career.
Yeah, but he still his overall grade was like a 74 or something, which is still not brutal. But in his other years, he was getting low 90s.
Yeah, no, He 2018, I think that might have been when he wanted to college just because how the season went. But
Oh, he finished on top. Like after losing
yeah.
in 2017 to Philly, to the Philly Special, baby. That's how you lose to the Philly Special. You
Man,
definitely won your revenge.
Oh yeah, man. I bet on New England in that Philly New England Super Bowl.
Ouch, that's rough.
Yeah, I thought I was taking money from a baby, to be honest. Or I should say money, candy. I did bet
You're
money,
taking
though.
money from a baby.
Jeez.
Were you also taking a nice little rub and tug from Robert Kraft over the weekend?
Oh, okay. I mean, I think
I'm
you
kidding.
are with that celebration.
Oh, the trombone, baby.
How was your March Madness bracket this weekend?
My March Madness, you know, I don't want to talk about that right now because of how I'm still disappointed with Buffalo losing. I had Buffalo going Final Four.
No way.
Yeah, I was like, you know what, Buffalo's going to be the Cinderella story this year. It was Loyola. I had Loyola going Elite 8 last year.
Shit.
So I told myself, hey, Buffalo, you're going to be my Loyola. You're going to be the Loyola I never had. You're going to go Final Four this time. And they got absolutely dismantled by Texas Tech. They lost by 20.
You can't be a psychic every year.
No, but hey, although I am in last in every single one of my pools, I'm still projected to get a lot of points because I got my 3 out of my 4 Final Four intact. I have, if VTech beats Duke, I'm winning every single one of my brackets. Calling that right now.
You think so?
Well, in our pool, what, half of you guys have Duke winning?
Who doesn't have Duke winning?
Me, I got Michigan State. You can't be cheering Duke. See, I'm gonna give you a theory right here.
Okay. What's this theory?
Duke should be the most hated team in the NCAA.
Why is that?
Because Duke are like the Yankees, the Cowboys, and the Patriots of the NCAA. They have all the talent, they get everything, but the only people who should like Duke are people who are living in Duke or go to Duke. You don't although don't get me wrong. Yes, it's fun watching a 300-pound freaking animal just soar through the air and dunking all over people.
Bro, I like watching that stud on the sidelines.
Yeah, I don't care about Coach K. The fact that, yeah, Duke should have lost to UCF. Don't even get me started on that. They got so fucking unlucky. At least he at least accepted it. Game. He told people, well, he told a reporter like after the game that, oh, we didn't deserve that win. UCF deserved it.
I mean, yeah, they didn't. They lucked out so much at the end. What was that? Or Taylor driving to the net, and then Dawkins missed like the actual like rebound.
I kid you not. When I was watching that live, the apartment dropped. Like just the air in the apartment dropped when that ball rolled because everyone thought Duke was gonna lose. And I was like, yes! And little did I know, it was rolling out.
Yeah, man. I was watching that live, and I thought it was surely over once I saw.
The main reason they lost is because Taco fouled out.
Oh man, yeah, he totally would have been able to. Who was that? R.J. Barrett who got that.
Who got the offensive board on the free throw? Yeah, it was R.J. Barrett.
Yeah.
You know what? I can't be mad because it is Canadian R.J. Barrett.
That's true, Canadian R.J. Barrett. But man, speaking of Taco, thought I'd throw a fun fact out there.
What, the Dzinski fact of the day?
Yeah. Guess what? Taco cat spelled backwards is.
What is taco cat spelled backwards?
Taco cat, bro. Did I just blow your mind? Did I blow everyone's mind with that? I mean, you could shoot me because that's probably like the most cringe thing I think I've said ever. But I mean.
Hey, you said it yourself, not me. So you can shoot yourself. I'm not gonna do anything.
We don't condone shooting ourselves here on HLR.
No, we do not. We don't condone bodily harm.
Except for us.
Except for yeah. Except for us, we'll say. Chris, you goddamn stupid idiot.
And it's funny because I was curious to see how far I was doing, with the round of 16 or whatever, and I have 12 out of the 16 teams left still in. From my original bracket.
And your so in the round of 16 you went in the second round you went 12 for 16.
Well, I guess yeah. That's in Sweet 16. I have 12 of the 16 teams, essentially.
Yeah, so do I.
Oh, really? Okay, so we both only lost 4.
Ooh.
I was curious. I was curious to see how it went, but I mean, yeah,
No, I'll let
my
you know.
nines deep.
The
It looked
teams
pretty
the
good.
teams that have moving on are Duke, VTech, LSU, Michigan State, Florida State, Michigan, Houston, Auburn, North Carolina, Tennessee, Purdue, and Virginia.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. My for are we talking about elite 8? Who we think's going to move on to 16 or?
Well, I need Michigan State to beat LSU. Like it's not a question, it's a must. Because I got Michigan State winning, as I've said. So if LSU loses, my bracket's done, fucked, like completely. Like not a chance I win. Like not even close. So Michigan State, and then I have VTech being Duke, because I don't want Duke playing Michigan State, because I don't think Michigan State can beat Duke. So if VTech can beat Duke, Michigan State will beat VTech.
Who do you think's gonna win in that Florida State Gonzaga game?
I originally had Syracuse and Florida State.
No.
Yeah, so I have Florida State winning that game over Syracuse.
Okay.
So I need Florida State pulling off the upset against Gonzaga, please.
Yeah, I have Florida State beating Gonzaga.
Do you?
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people do, because FSU is actually a pretty big team in the middle in paint.
Florida
They get
State,
down.
I think they scored 90 points in their round of 32 game.
They're animals. What can I tell you?
Yeah, no, they were my underdog at 4.
Who's the highest seed?
Wait.
Who's the highest seed you have in your bracket in the Final Four or Elite 8? Like, who's the last? Well, let me try to rephrase it. Who's that?
In my Final Four, I have a rank 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Who's your 4th seed?
Florida State.
Wow. So
yeah,
you have FSU versus Duke in the semis.
FSU so I have LSU versus Duke and I guess the 8.
But then the Final Four, it's FSU versus Duke.
The Final Four is Florida State versus Duke.
Yeah, FSU versus Duke.
Yeah.
You gotta know the short terms, the abbreviation.
Oh, I was just saying Florida State out loud, yeah.
Oh, okay. You're just thinking out loud because that's what you gotta do. You can't think mentally.
Big things, yeah. I'm like staring at my bracket and staring at the game and trying to talk at the same time. Like,
so you're just
tasking.
You're try-tasking right now, aren't you? Your big man's try-tasking. I was the only one in my apartment actually that had Auburn beating Kansas. Well,
really? I had them out early.
I had Auburn beating Northeastern actually, so I didn't actually take Auburn over Kansas, but it worked out in my favor.
Okay, I've had a few matches like that where I've had other teams coming in but still losing, so it still helps my bracket.
Like you still get points, and I got upset points too there because it was 5/4. It was pretty big. That's why. Oh, big goal. That's why I didn't want to go with the 1 seed to win the championship, because if you win, it's a 2/1.
Yeah, you don't get many points. That's smart. I should have taken that in. I mean,
or you can build like the smartest bracket and just go 1 seeds go far. But with Virginia losing for like to a 16 seed last year, you never know anymore.
See, but also now looking after that Duke game, I don't know if they're gonna win it all. They didn't look amazing.
No, they really didn't. So that's why they're gonna lose to VTech. I'm gonna get the upset points. Every Duke fan out there is gonna get the hell out of my brackets, and I'm gonna win the freaking NCAA March Madness.
I don't know about that one, but
No.
I think Duke will. I think they might lose in Final Four now.
Well, they were pretty weak to begin with. Like even in the first game against the 16 seed, it took them a while to get going, and they weren't as dominant as they should be.
Yeah, I agree. That's the one thing. They don't look like Duke has in the past. You know what I mean? They don't look like a #1 seed.
It's because they have no experience in March Madness. Experience is actually huge in these games. You always need those 4th or like 5th year guys. It's kind of just the norm in March Madness. It's been like it's kind of the thing. You always need to have those vet guys. Duke, nah, they can trust on 2 18-year-old kids.
It's crazy how Baird and Williamson, you're younger than us, still can't.
They're both. I looked up both their birthdays yesterday. They're both in Well, one of them's in June or July. Like they're in the summer. So I'm actually older than them. Yeah, they're 2000.
Jeez.
Yep, Chris, they're 2000s. They're a year behind us, and well, actually, they haven't made a lot of money from college. They can't make money from college. So when they're gonna be our age next year, they're gonna be making a shit ton of money. There we go.
Oh, they're making Bear Bank.
Like Bear Bank, I mean like a Grizzly Bear Bank. The Polar Bear Bank account.
Who do you think's going to get Williamson in the draft?
As of right now, the Knicks have a pretty like big deficit, like difference of win to loss ratio. So I think the Knicks are gonna get the first overall pick, and he's going to New York.
That'd be crazy, Williamson.
He's gonna be in so much spotlight, it's gonna be fucked.
Especially with the Knicks, yeah.
And if the Knicks can get like Kyrie Irving or Kevin Durant this summer, the Knicks are gonna go from the worst team in the league to a freaking NBA champion, like contender.
Yeah, see, I agree.
Stop pumping the ice.
Can't help it, bro.
Wait,
Times be tough right
are you coming out today? Are you coming out? I'm kidding.
I mean, coming out on the ice and then, you know, putting on a show, hell yeah, man. That's what
Hey, that's what I meant. That's what I was coming. That's what I meant. I don't know what the hell people are talking about.
Yeah,
I don't know what people are saying. If
yeah,
they can sign those two players, they'll be fucked. Zion.
I don't know what you mean, man.
Zion. He's a freaking unit. 300. That was really loud. Technical difficulties. So we're gonna get our assistant to fix that.
Difficulties, yeah.
I don't know. I just lowered the volume. My bad. Okay, since we're still on the March Madness topic, you know there's only one perfect bracket remaining.
No, okay, I was gonna ask about that because I know there was two a few days ago.
There's only one remaining now.
One left. That's crazy. What's the farthest? Do you know the farthest someone's ever gotten? Like,
I don't know. Actually,
I wonder.
Okay, viewers, next for Thursday's podcast, want you to find that out. Let us know. Let us know. DM us on the House League Radio podcast on Instagram, HLR. At House League Radio, exactly. Do that, and whoever sends it to us first, we will shout you out in our next video.
Actually, yeah, let's do that. Why not? I'm curious.
I feel like we'll get a couple. A few people wouldn't mind getting shouted out on the House League Radio podcast.
One perfect bracket left, though. I mean,
that's pretty impressive though that this guy's gotten it to this point. I was wrong after the first game.
I mean, I went 7-0 off the bat, so I mean, I was looking pretty good.
Yeah, you had a perfect bracket after 7 games, eh?
Not bad.
That was me last year, and then this year, I've just been fighting from behind. It was a rough fucking day for me that first day. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, that was rough. For you were like what, only 500?
Yeah, I was 8-8. But then after day 2, I was 19-13.
Okay, so I mean, you improved second day.
I improved a lot second day. And then round of 16, second round, me and you both go 12-16. So I've been doing much better than. Legit, it was just that day 1 fucked me up.
Yeah, day 1 was a bad day for you, but after that, I mean,
I've been steady.
Who's the first in our pool? Are you still last?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, I'm in last in every single one of my pools because I have Michigan State, and I've had a lot of upsets happen to me. Like I predicted wrong upsets. I had St. Mary's and Belmont, which I really thought they were both gonna win, and they both choked. Goddamn freaking chokers.
I mean, hey, I mean, it's one of those things. I wonder what the odds are, eh, Ryan? I know I probably mentioned that in a previous video, but you know.
Oh fuck! Well, how would we do that? I don't know. There's 64. No, there's 64 games. No, 64 teams, 32 games. And the outcome. Oh my god, there's so many outcomes, bro. Yeah, there's gonna be so many factorials.
Oh, big.
That's a first on the HLR. A fucking shot between the legs from the point.
Wow. Yeah, between the legs snipe from the blue line.
Hey, that's the next on my bucket list.
There you go, that's fun.
After my dilly dilly tattoo that I have on my leg, that was the next thing on there. You know my parents have both seen that tattoo now, eh?
Have they? Oh yes, Michelle.
Yep, really thought they were both gonna absolutely murder me and call me an absolute disappointment. Say, take that Simons off your last name. You don't deserve to be in our family. They both just laughed.
You would totally change your last name to Dilly Dilly.
No, I would not.
If they did that.
I would not.
No?
I would not. No, I wouldn't. Not a chance. I'd get Dilly Dilly tattooed on me again. No, I wouldn't. That's a lie. That's a lie. I already have it once on me.
That's a huge lie.
I would get another kind of funny tattoo though. Get the HLR fucking badge on my ass.
Oh my god.
No, I'm hoping the madness continues for March. It's for the bracket, like March Madness. It's been pretty fun to watch this year. I didn't think I was gonna get this much into it, and it's been pretty fun.
I know I got really into it this year, but I can't complain. That's for sure.
It's been top quality
some
stuff.
Good games.
I hope I was wishing UCLA was gonna make March Madness this year.
Ooh, imagine.
Imagine
because they weren't even in it this year.
No, but you know who was in it last year for UCLA? My
Ball.
boy.
Wait, LeVar Ball?
You really think LeVar Ball was playing for UCLA last year? You really think so?
Yeah.
No, it was this man. The main man. The legend.
Oh my god, you even got swerving on, bro. Oh my god. Biggest Lonzo Ball fan.
3 o'clock in the morning, my shorty right here. What you trying to get swerved?
He's just swerving all the freaking haters this year. People don't know he's the hidden gem for the Lakers. We do though. The House League Radio Podcast. Swerve. But man, talk about Lonzo.
Big baller
Cutting
brand.
ties. Yeah, cutting ties to the big baller brand. Really?
Yeah, I was a little stunned when I saw that, cause wasn't that like the
It's his family. It's a family brand. Yeah, that's what his ZO2s, the big baller brand. LaMelo, LiAngelo, Lonzo, LeVar. It was a family thing.
And then
I actually
what
thought
happened?
when that happened, when they created the big baller brand, I told myself Lonzo's staying with this forever. Screw every endorsement's just lost so much money without Lonzo.
Do you think he's now going to get like a regular Nike?
He's basically already signed with Nike. He posted on his Instagram a picture, and the caption was, frick, what was it? He posted something. It's only a crazy dream until you do it. And in the picture, it was just him. In the background, there was all the Laker jersey number retired, and then edited was a number 2 Lonzo. So imagine, like, he's dreaming that his thing's gonna be up there. He's wearing the Nike Lakers jersey, and this post was kind of like I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? It was related with Nike's campaign called Nike's Dream Crazy.
So like he's pretty well hinting.
He's signing with Nike.
That's
Nike's
crazy.
gonna have a Lonzo shoe.
Do you think his brothers? Well, I mean, Jello. I doubt that'll ever happen for him, at least right now in his career.
Yeah. But
Well,
LaMelo's got to figure something out, because I don't think he's eligible to play in the NCAA due to the fact he played in Europe. So that's professional, and to qualify as a player in NCAA, you cannot have played professionally anywhere.
Right, so he wouldn't be showcased in NCAA.
That's why they're hosting their own big baller brand
Honestly, man, like
thing in Las Vegas.
I think that was the worst decision they could have.
What, gone to Europe?
Yeah.
I think so, but
Should've
at that
just rolled it
time,
out in high school.
though, LeVar there's so much fame and media around him that why not do like LeVar's like, fuck, boys, you deserve more than this.
Fame, right?
Ride the fame.
Jello messed up, but
LaMelo's actually like LaMelo's a 4.5-star recruit, I think now, or a 4-star, 5-star recruit. He puts up numbers.
Yeah, before we get like too far away from the subject, do you want to say why Lonzo separated or like cut ties?
Yeah, so one of the my bad for completely going off topic. One of the co-founders, his name is Alan Foster. He had ownership of 16.3% of the company,
Yeah.
And it was rumored that he basically stole and kept money from Lonzo. So Lonzo was missing close to $1.5 million due to Alan Foster's fucking act of stupidity.
That's yeah, and supposedly Allen has like criminal history, doesn't he?
I think so. Doesn't?
I think I saw. I'm pretty certain I saw that in the article. That
Frick,
came out.
I didn't even know that. You caught me off. You caught me off guard there. Did it say like anything else? It just said like, oh, he's had criminal offenses in the past.
It said something about like previous. I will find that out right now because I don't want to just say it if.
Just don't want to say some stupid facts. No, I feel you.
Yeah, no, I wanna.
But oh yeah, so all this like Lonzo shit's just been going on. With the ownership, well, the co-founder stealing Lonzo's money. I wouldn't go back to BBB. Sorry, family. Fuck you. You basically just stole $1.5 million from my fucking share of the company.
Your swerve.
Yeah, my swerve of the companies. See, Lonzo's swerving them now. See, that song was predicting the future. He knew this was happening. He's like, I gotta swerve these people.
God.
It was all part of the plan. We just didn't know it. Lonzo's just a genius.
Lonzo is really a genius. I'm very curious about this.
About what, the criminal offenses that Alan Foster had?
Yeah.
I wonder, it's got to be probably similar related to it, or like taxing or something, because if it's a money guy or a business or an account,
I know, yeah,
it's usually
Lonzo
similar to
mentioned he used access to his business and personal finances to.
Yeah, so that's what I'm just assuming. It's going to be related to that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so I don't know if he is facing or Lonzo wants him to face criminal charges. I'm not too sure.
I don't know, man. If there's
we'll have
proof
to see how it's gonna play out.
I have to see how it plays in the next couple of days. But if there's actually a good concrete evidence of Alan Foster taking 1.5 million, I guess fucked.
Can he get like charged or criminal offense?
Yeah, he can get charged. He can go to jail.
If he was a part owner, though, because you mentioned 16%.
That's still, you still took $1.5 million from someone.
That's true.
Like, those shares belonged to Lonzo. He owned that part of the company. So no matter what, no matter if you're a co-founder, an employee, or whatever, you're still taking money away. You're still doing whatever. Still an illegal act. He's gonna get. If he does, I don't know why Lonzo wouldn't do anything.
And like, see, Alan plays a big part in the videos too.
Yeah, he does.
Like, you know how they do their, I guess, their reality TV show?
Yeah, it's like keeping up with the Kardashians. It's keeping up with the ballers.
Yeah, I used to keep up with that. I mean, like, Alan appeared in there a lot. Like, he was in almost every episode.
You know there's a fourth brother of the Ball family?
Oh, yes, I do, actually.
Who is it?
Little Dicky.
There you go. He knows it. Little Dicky. Yeah, that's the little... that's another interesting... That's pretty funny. I'm not that bad of a baller, actually. I just more music, and then LeVar's not about that music.
Yeah,
like, I ain't no music in my house, only ballers.
As Lonzo takes on that, you know.
Here's the thing: Lonzo can be so much better if you only focus on one of the two.
See, I think he should just stick to basketball now.
Actually, I don't know. He's not brutal at rapping. He's pretty good.
Oh.
That was a good play. But I don't know, man. He's a good he's a good rapper. He's got bars.
I'll be honest. He does. He's good at freestyle. I mean, I remember they used to showcase him freestyle on like.
Him and Damian Lillard, I'd say, are two of the best NBA rappers in my opinion.
Would you say Lonzo's the best? No, putting bias aside.
No, Damian Lillard's the best by far. Damian Lillard is unfortunately
a lot of athletes take it up too.
Oh yeah, Shaq's a pretty good.
Did you see Shapovalov's?
Dennis Shapovalov, yes sir.
Rap he did, man, that was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, you see, he should just.
I'll be the first one to say that. Like,
should just stick to tennis.
I was watching that with my dad when he was rapping at the end, and I just had such a blank face. I was like, man, like honestly, like you were going so well, but honestly, just seeing after that, it's just like I cringe. Like, you know what I mean? There's just like a cringe every time I hear his name. Like, I mean, separating the athlete away from, I mean, his hobbies or whatever. Great tennis player, no doubt. But I mean, buddy, stick to tennis, not rapping.
Stick to tennis. Tennis is more of a class sport. Stay
From one
to your
Canadian
class.
to
Eh?
another.
Yeah, from a couple Canadians to another. Stay to tennis. Don't go to rapping.
Yeah.
Let the rapping to little Twig.
I agree.
Little Twig with his unreleased song called The Others. If this video gets 100 likes, I will release it. There's bars. I roast people.
Oh, right, in your rap? Oh my god, yeah, that's also another thing you should not really stop. That wasn't bad. It's a lot better than Shop of Outlaws. I'll grade
that's a
it in
compliment.
between Balls and Balls Swerve and whatever Shop of Outlaws was, so somewhere in between there.
You just put me and Lonzo in the same rap sentence, so like you compared me to Lonzo, so that's my goal of rapping. I can retire now on top.
So
I'm gonna retire like Gronk on top.
Are you thinking of dropping this now, or?
I don't know. Should I? Like I said, if this video gets 100 likes, I'll drop it. Can't just be giving the yeah. I can't just be dissing the people out like that on a daily. It's gotta. If the viewers want it, they gotta get it. They ain't just gonna be getting it like that. But my co-writer,
I think that's more than we've ever had.
My ghost co-writer, I won't say his name, helped me write that song, so I won't take all the credit for it.
Fair enough, fair enough. I guess a few other things happened.
Other stuff that happened, yeah. Moving on from the Lonzo.
You want to talk about the Humboldt driver, the one who was driving? I believe it was the truck.
It was a truck driver, yeah.
Ran through a stop sign. 29 counts of dangerous driving. He pled guilty to.
Yep.
Killed 16. Injured 13.
That's just brutal.
And his sentence came, I believe, late last week, Thursday, Friday-ish.
Yeah, I think it was either
8 years.
but I believe that was the max sentence he could have got. So in a way, it's a win, but he should have got way more.
Yeah, that's
for every single
for
every single person that lost their life in that, he should have got a year.
That's ridiculous. Like running a stop, and I mean, it was stated. I mean, he could have easily avoided this situation. It's not like it was like weather conditions.
No, he ran it. And he's fucking paying for the consequences.
I mean, you gotta feel for the guy, but at the same time, I mean, you know.
No, you can't feel for the guy. He did a lot of damage. Did a lot of. It was a simple act that could have easily been avoided, and with his fucking retardedness, pardon my language, people died.
Yeah, I mean.
All you have to do is not run a stop sign.
No, honestly, they aren't joking when they say, obey the road rules and whatnot. Not trying to get all political on everyone, but
political and lawful. That's the new word, lawful. Lawfully.
Lawful, wow. Lawfully.
Lawfully. Lawful. So the officer's got to use that. It'll work well in this rap song. No, yeah, the Humboldt bus driver, the fucking truck driver guy. I still can't believe the max was only 8 years on that.
See, that's what I mean, like 8 years for 13 deaths. I mean, like, I don't see how that can make sense though. Like, I don't know how anyone in that courtroom. And I mean, I don't want to get too familiar, but I'm sure you've heard of other cases of driving that's led to death. And I mean, I'm not.
Didn't Danny Heatley have that?
Specific than that. Yeah, Heatley did, but I mean, I don't. At the same time, like, he didn't get charged anything, did he?
No, he didn't. Actually, no, he did charge with vehicular, not homicide, but something else.
Well, nothing like.
It was nothing like. He I think he just had to do like voluntary hours and go around talking to people and shit like that.
Death, I mean, being involved in someone's death. I mean,
like 1507's killed someone and he got away with it. See, that's what we're talking about. How athletes get away with shit. That comparison right there.
Yeah, as we were bringing up last episode, but I mean.
You can go check that out. It's a video that we played after this video. It's just played next. So if you want to see that, just go check the video.
That's true.
Hey, you always gotta shout out our own. Exactly. Oh, big save.
Yeah, you gotta always shout it out.
Always gotta shout out and support us.
That's true. Shout out HLR for.
That's enough.
1 in 5 chance of getting a shout out.
1 in 5 chance of getting a shout out goes to the HLR podcast. That's enough shout outs. We're gonna freaking get demonetized by our own channel.
Oh, probably.
We're gonna freaking put some strikes on our own channel. Yeah, too many shoutouts. Nope. X.
Literally
3
demonetize
strikes.
their own stuff.
Your account has been shut down due to too many strikes. And that'd be the end of the podcast.
That could be it. What else was I gonna say? You want to move on to Eugene Melnyk?
I'll let you talk about the Eugene Melnyk because you're the famous Ottawa fan from our first episode.
That's true. So after however many years since Brian Murray's passing, I think it's 2 or 3 now.
Yeah, 2 or 3.
To finally look for a president of hockey operations. And looking back, people were giving him a lot of flack, not doing it right away. But kind of looking at this now, I'm not really upset as a Sens fan because in a sense he waited those. Some people may debate, it's saving money or the respect of him, but I'll give Melnyk the benefit of the doubt in this circumstance just so I don't throw more hate than I already have on him. But
I don't know. I think he deserves all the hate he's getting.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe waiting it's true. The 3 years he waited though to hire one, president of hockey operations, could have been kind of respect for Brian Murray essentially, because just to fill those roles after such like a tragic death. I mean,
honestly, it could have been that, and people just never
I feel like
thought of that.
The person who would have taken over right away if they had chose to replace Murray's role right away, I feel like it would have got a really bad name on them. For kind of like stepping in too soon.
Were Melnyk and Murray close?
I don't know necessarily if they were close, but how would you say Melnyk was a lot less in the limelight when Murray was around? So
yeah, that's actually kind of true.
Yes.
So Murray maybe kept him in a straight line there, kept him in his place.
And I mean, what they said they were looking for in the new president of hockey operations was like essentially they compared it to Brian Murray traits, like experience. They want someone experienced, someone to help Dorian kind of help.
Craig Bunn.
I guess essentially help him with
Craig Bunn from TSN or Bob McKenzie.
Yeah, I wonder who's gonna get that role. To be honest, I'm not too sure.
Alright, could be NHL or Ray Ferraro. He's in this game. Pierre Maguire.
Ray Ferraro. Yeah, I know that'd be something. I'm not too sure what's gonna happen. I'm hoping it is a bigger name out there. Hopefully.
But Brian, he actually did so much for that team.
Murray, oh my lord, he was all over the place. Coach, GM, I mean, hockey operations.
Was he the coach when they lost in 07?
Yes.
Was it the GM also that time?
That year. No, I'm not. I don't think he was. I think he was coach at that time, and the year after he lost. I'm not too sure. My Suns fan memory doesn't go back. It was within the year he transitioned into GM from coach that year time period. I can't remember if it was before or after, but it's funny when they lost to Anaheim in the finals. Like Murray had actually built Anaheim, right?
Yeah, that's true.
He built Anaheim, so I mean it kind of came back to bite him in the ass. So
he basically he lost himself.
How good Murray was. Yeah, it shows you how good Murray was. I mean,
he basically built 2 Stanley Cup teams.
Yeah, and they had them fight against each other. It's like that.
And the one he was actually in charge of lost.
Yeah, I know that. It shows you though his quality, his caliber as a general manager. So.
You know what's a shit GM? Mark Bergevin.
Hockey person. Oh yeah, well I mean that's kind of known. Wait,
and so is Pierre. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean I don't know what it is recently. Canadian.
The only trade that's actually worked out was the Thomas Tatar. Because we got Tatar, Suzuki, and a second-round pick for Patch.
I mean the Domi as well.
The Domi trades worked out pretty well, but other than that, he's done fuck all. He traded our future in Subban and Sergachev.
Just Canadian GMs have been on the.
Canadian GMs have always
just on the spot too.
I remember when I was a kid. This kind of ties in with Montreal GMs always having a really shit overall image. We'll say.
Yeah.
I was a huge fan of Cristobal Huet, like the biggest fan on the planet. The French tabarnak from France. The guy who basically carried France to a victory over Canada in a shootout. When Bob Gainey traded him to Washington, my mom told me the news. She's like, Ryan, Chris B.B. got traded. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah. And I started screaming, I hate you, Bob Gainey. I hate you. And I was in tears. I kept telling my mom, like, I'm never gonna forgive him. I hate you. Like,
this voice
why?
is very tough to hear. I think everyone else listening could back me up on that. Very brutal.
You know what?
I mean, we did say we were gonna start impersonations though.
We did. So that was a Ryan Simons at the age of 9.
Himself.
Oh yeah. So
But
Montreal,
I mean, yeah,
Montreal's still
I mean,
known
it
for the
shows
freaking
you
shitty,
at the end of the day, hockey's a
GMs.
business, right?
But we'll move on from me crying about Bob Gainey trading Chris B.B. because I've already embarrassed myself enough.
We both
you
have
know-
this episode.
You know who else has embarrassed themselves?
Who?
LeBron signing with the Lakers and saying they're gonna make the playoffs because over the weekend
That is true.
they were officially eliminated, well, mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, losing to the Nets. And you know who's on the Nets?
Say it, Ron.
D'Angelo Russell. D'Lo. And D'Lo,
Yeah,
for those who don't know, was on the Lakers, was drafted 2nd overall, I believe. 2nd or 3rd overall by the Lakers, and then got traded because they thought, oh, he was nothing, it was just a waste of talent. And he's turned out to be one of the best shooting guards in the league.
And I mean, look what he does. Puts LeBron out of the playoffs for the first time in how many years? Or since what
It's the
year?
the last time LeBron made the playoffs was in 04, and the last time he didn't make the playoffs. My bad. Thank you for correcting me. The last time he didn't make the playoffs was in 04 and 05. That is freaking like a decade ago.
14, 15 years ago? Yeah, holy shit.
Man, you know how life was last time LeBron didn't make the playoffs?
I mean, we won't see that, how would you say, that Curry-LeBron rivalry that always seems to take place.
No,
will not, be
it won't
this.
happen because fuck, LeBron is not in the finals anymore for the first time since 09,
Curry
10.
might have an easier path.
But the Warriors are battling through injuries right now, so they got to go through that, and they're not as dominant as people think they are. They're kind of like an NCAA team. If they're making their shots, no one can beat them. But if you have a cold night, they're done.
Yeah, people are starting to learn their style.
Okay, but back to what I wanted to say of like the last time LeBron didn't make the playoffs, Chris. This is how the world was. It was a bit of a different thing.
Oh, you're gonna elaborate on that? Okay, no.
Yeah, I was gonna
okay,
elaborate on it, and then he
facts.
just fucking
Okay.
like,
Yeah,
boom,
let's
he
hear it,
moved
I'm
on. I was like, oh, okay. YouTube was created just legit months before LeBron didn't make, like a couple months before. So basically, last time LeBron didn't make the playoffs is when YouTube was created. I'm just saying, Illuminati confirmed.
Jeez.
We're talking about it here. House League Radio podcast. It's on YouTube.
House League
Thank
Radio.
you to LeBron for not making the playoffs in that year because YouTube would have not been
we'd have
created.
Skype.
Yeah, we would have. The top song on Billboard Hot 100 was "I'm gonna take you to the candy shop."
Oh,
50 Cent. We saw him at
Cent.
Blues Fest. That was the #1 song in the man. That was a while ago. Third fact: the Motorola or Motorola. It's like I was freaking disabled there. The Motorola Razr V3 flip phone was the hit phone. My dad had one. I played
Flip phone.
Tetris on that. It was so good. They didn't have fucking iPhones back then. Not even close. You know where Mr. Drake was during this time?
Where?
He was on Degrassi. Wasn't even making music. He was on Degrassi.
Oh my man.
And the last
That
little
really
fact.
was ago.
It was, and the last fact was, remember iPod shuffles? Those little fuckers?
Oh my.
Those
yeah.
were the thing of 04 and 05.
Oh,
They were the
like
new
the
technology.
small squares?
Yeah,
for
the small
music?
square thing. Yeah, like I would clip on. I usually go for those things. That was the new technology hit.
That was.
That was the bling blow of the 04-05 season.
Skateboard right here. That's crazy though.
Just
Shows
looking
you,
back at
the history
my
LeBron's made.
freaking podcast stuff that I written down, just a little thing that I missed with the Gronkowski thing. You know what was his last catch?
What?
that 40-yard diving catch that brought the Patriots basically on the goal line in the Super Bowl with a minute left or whatever.
Ah, what an iconic catch.
What an iconic catch. Basically carrying Tom Brady to the freaking Super Bowl because that was the worst offensive game in Super Bowl history. Well, Buck Tees, reached the end of the podcast. Thank you for tuning in. We will be live. We'll be coming back live in another one on Thursday. Hopefully, Chris.
Number 9.
It'll be number 9, hopefully, and hopefully there's more. I just said hopefully twice. I just said hopefully, but like I gotta stop saying that word.
Hopefully. Hopefully, let's not use hopefully next week.
There you go. Well, we won't use that. That will be a goal. We'll be back on Thursday. Peace out, Buck Tees.